Hello friends, it's me, Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Chatty Penpal channel, and today I am going to show you a tutorial for a super simple but super fun pen pal project made from a sandwich bag. Now, I realize that I've showed you a lot of really simple tutorials lately and less elaborate projects, but I do honestly believe that that is where the fun is at, and that is what I enjoy doing most. So if you're here for these types of tutorials, definitely follow me because there will be more. Now, we're already through the tutorial part, basically. No, I'm kidding, but you grab yourself a sandwich bag and you fold the bottom up. And then what I'm going to do, but you don't have to do this I'm doing this to make it a little bit more fun, is I'm going to cover the panels that are visible, so the front and the back, or not the back, the front and the behind the first pocket basically, with some craft paper. I do not have exact measurements for this because of course it totally depends on how large your sandwich bags are, but as you can see, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm making a little mark with a pencil so that I know where to cut. And then I am also going to distress the edges so that it looks like torn paper, but that's all completely optional. We're not done yet with the tutorial. I will get back to that in a second, but this is just easy to do in between because this is kind of the fun part. This tool that I'm using, you could also use scissors, basically just to distress the edges a little bit. So then the second part of the tutorial is you're going to cut open the bottom half of the bag. So that's like the part that you flipped up. So you're going to cut it off or cut it open depending on your paper bag, I guess, so that it's completely open. Can you kind of see the pocket coming together? It really is that simple. So you would have 3 pockets. If you want, you could make it 2 pockets, but I have 3 pockets. I have the large pocket in the back, I have the large pocket in the front, and then I will have a small tuck spot in between the large pocket front and the large pocket back. So I'm just quickly showing you because this is not that interesting. I have distressed the edges, so I used the same ink for all of them. This is to make everything blend in a little bit more easily. So when you have different papers, the purple paper is from Flow magazine, the craft paper of course is from a completely different brand, and then the paper bag, that's just from the supermarket. So then I use one color ink to color in the edges, and this way it all looks like it's part of a set. So this looks a little bit more, yeah, I'm just figuring it out. I've got glue all over this, which is why you see me rubbing the project so often. So you have 3 pockets now. You will see that more in depth in a second. And then we're going to start decorating, which is the biggest fun. The reason why I wanted to upload this project now, actually 2 reasons, no, maybe 3. First of all, I think the colors of these and the illustrations and the decorations and the papers I've used are all perfect for spring. And if you've been with me for longer, you will know that I love spring. I cannot wait for spring. It has been too long. It's rainy today and I'm sad. So I really want spring. So perfect spring color palette, perfect spring decorations and all of that. Actually, I just realized there's 4 reasons. Okay, reason number 2 is it's a really simple craft. And I'm all for really simple crafts. I've told you in the beginning of in the introduction as well. I just really love inspiring with simple projects that anyone can do, just to show you that pen paling doesn't have to be hard and you can make it as big or as small as you want it to. And third reason is paper bags. That's pocket number 1, just quickly. And in between here, really narrow pocket number 2. And then this one is stuck, but that's pocket number 3. So that's the large pocket in the front. So third reason is paper bags are really, really lightweight. Super lightweight. And of course I made my project heavier because I added all this paper to it. But if you use like origami paper or something, this is such a lightweight project. And our mail system, I think it's for many countries the same, is like stamps go based on weight, so the lighter the project, the more goodies I can include. So the third reason why I love this project, I cannot talk today. Third reason why is I absolutely love lightweight projects, and we can all use more inspiration in that regard. The fourth and final reason why I really like sharing this project is because paper bags are easily accessible for everyone, at least I think so, and very cheap. You can just get them in the supermarket, or even when you get a sandwich for lunch, you can just repurpose that, but make sure it's clean. So that's the fourth reason. Penpaling can be expensive, and I like that it's just is a cheap craft. So in the meantime, I've been doing a whole lot of crafting basically. I decorated the front with some vintage book page and some green paper, and then a beautiful butterfly and some cut out holes, circles, I don't know, and some washi tape, of course. And then I've also used one of the tiny word die cuts from the collection itself, I'm pretty sure. And then what I've also done is I've added some goodies already, because in this collection, I forgot what it's called, but in this collection there's also a bunch of cut apart tags that one can use, and I have added some of those tags to that very narrow pocket because I thought it goes really nicely there, and it's a very flat, so it fits, and I just think it looks nice. I hope you guys cannot hear the beeping of my dryer. Today is chore day. And then of course I'm adding some Nuvo drops. This is basically like a colored glue that leaves these little dots on the page. It looks really cute, it looks really fun. It adds such a nice touch to the project. So that's my second tip. First one was the ink, second one is little details matter. And then I'm gonna make a mistake. If you've paid attention in the beginning of this video, you will notice what the mistake is. But I'm writing the receiver's name wrong. I wrote Pien instead of Sien. And I have an excuse for that, because I recently, when I crafted this, I met my co-worker's sister, whose name is Pien. But the person I was sending this to is actually named Sien. So I'm sorry, I got that wrong in the beginning, and I realized that luckily before sending this out. So that would have been really rude if I had called her by the wrong name the entire time. What I'm also doing is something I really like, and that is I'm adding a little eyelet to the corner of my project. So I just punched a hole, and then I'm using this tweezer thing to punch the hole reinforcer in, and then I'm going to add these dangly bits. I have basically just this ribbon and twine and yarn, and then at the end of the thread, wow, lost the word there for a second. I'm just writing, I'm sorry, Sien, that I wrote her name wrong. But at the end of the thread, I put a little tiny butterfly dangle, and it's so cute, and it matches the colors perfectly, and I am obsessed with it. That might actually be my favorite part. And also it matches, yeah, it's like a little gold. It's a golden sparkly. I said that it matches the color, not necessarily, of course, because gold is not a color, but it matches the project so nicely. I love it. So that is another detail. So as you can see, even the decorating of this project was fast and really simple, but I just think this is so much fun because it's such a large pocket, you can include a whole bunch of goodies. Oh. Need to take a sip of my coffee because it's getting cold. And then I'm writing with a golden marker the mail tag on the back of one of the tags. And what I'm using for this is a list I shared on Patreon. Sometimes I upload printables and all sorts of Penpal content to my Patreon. Definitely join if you haven't already. And I have mail tag question lists on there as well. I really love sharing them, but it's also convenient for me because I can just use the lists to look up mail tag questions. And then I'm adding more little goodies. I made a stamped sheet, a die cut sheet full of stamps, and then I'm making this itty bitty tiny envelope, and I'm filling that with more of those whole reinforcer die cuts that I made. It's so cute and little. I had to put it on a tag because I was kind of afraid it would be getting lost. So we're doing that, and then we're already at the end. Isn't that sad? Didn't that go fast? So I'm going to show you the goodies up close as well, because that's not all. That is, of course, the envelope I sent it out in. I realized this video is a little short. I wanted to try that out because I realized that I've been uploading shorts, like actual shorts, for a while now up on YouTube, and they get a lot more views than my longer videos. So I want to, like, you know, play around a little bit with longer videos and shorter videos and see how that goes. So this is the shorter video. I will be back with long videos because I have PO Box mail to open and show you. It's so exciting. So the first part I showed you was my letter. And then we have this teeny tiny envelope that I showed you before with all of the little dots and circles in there. If you look at the project, you will see that I use them for decorating. I just think they're really fun to use for decorating. I've also included these puffy jar stickers. I don't know how to explain them, but they have like gold foil on them and they're so pretty. I really loved that gift. And then here we have another tag. It's actually 2 tags that I've just put together with a split pin. It's something so simple, but I think this is a really fun idea to make something just stand out a little bit more. And then the other tag that had my mail tag on there. And then we have the large pocket that is filled with so many more goodies. I have a bunch of die cuts that I'm going to show you here. We have a die cut embroidery frame. We have these die cut flowers. We have a die cut, I keep saying die cut, but we have a die cut, I said it again, Polaroid frame. And then we have these. I actually cut these out by hand and I love them so much. They are Hippie Craft Fairy butterflies, and she has printables and I print them out and I cut them out by hand, and I think they're so fun to continue on in the butterfly theme. Of course, I also included some larger butterflies that are from Your Creative Studio, I mean. Then we have more random bits and bobs. That's what I love about, that's also from Your Creative Studio. What I love about these types of pockets, you can fit so many goodies and it doesn't have to like make a whole lot of sense. I'm just adding all of these because I wanted to share them and I thought they were fun. And they fit in there perfectly. So you don't have to like wrap them up individually because it's just one large gift bag. I know I'm gushing on about this, but I actually love projects like this so much. Of course, I included a whole bunch of pet tape. I included the same pet tape with the purple flowers that I also used on the envelope. And then a bunch of girls and some Nuvo or Washi dots as well. So that is my video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Do not forget that you can also watch my previous video, which is shown up here on the screen. I also want to give a special thank you to my awesome patrons who make all of this possible. And you can check out all the links to all my socials in the description box down below. Bye!